My dearly beloved in Christ, good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa lahat ng ating mga kapatiran sa buong mundo. Welcome again for our continuation of our series of this study. The last time when I shared about the blueprint of the Battle of Armageddon, this time is the part 2. So I entitled this the sixth. So I bring you to the sixth and to the seventh plagues, the nuclear Armageddon and air dominance. Now, makikita nyo doon sa screen, no? Yung pangyayari ngayon sa war, sa Israel and Iran war, doon sa blueprint of the Battle of Armageddon, alam natin na ito isang proxy war. So this time, we're going to discover, to explore in the Bible and the spirit of prophecy, where can we find this nuclear Armageddon and air dominance. To start, let's bow down for a word of prayer. Loving Father in heaven, this is another opportunity for your God's people that you are guiding us ever since until now, since we were baptized, since we were accepting, Lord, your Son, Jesus Christ, our personal Savior, until now. You're still guiding us, O loving Father. You've always been faithful to us, even to the last sins of this earth history. You are guiding us, O Lord, that we may able to save, to arrive safely in our destination. Thank you so much for this is our comfort and hope in Jesus' name. Amen. We know that our time today is so short, and we need, as we as God's people, to focus on our last work, which is the sealing time. No? So makikita natin sa Revelation 7:1 to 3 na wala ng ibang work natin ngayon na pinupukusan. We should have to fix our eyes, our attention on the heavenly sanctuary while Jesus still pleading for the last work for God's people. So hinuhold pa until now yung four winds until God's people will be sealed. Now, ano ba talaga ang meaning ng four winds? Ano ba tong four winds? We know that the Revelation is full of symbols, figures. So, through the pen of inspiration, malalaman natin kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng four winds. Dito, nakalagay sa Maranatha, page 258, paragraph 3, I saw that the four angels would hold the four winds. Sino-hold pa yung four winds ng four angels hanggat si Jesus Christ, yung work niya in the sanctuary na matatapos. Pagkatapos niyan, then will come the seven last plagues. So please bear with me, no? Kasi medyo maingay. Mayroon kasing aso dito sa amin. So yung four angels na nag-hold sa four winds, ay yung four winds pala ay the same siya sa seven last plagues. So, ibig sabihin, yung events ng four winds ay yun pala yung seven last plagues. Okay? So, napakalinaw siya na yung four winds ay ano pala siya. Yun ang seven last plagues. So, ang event ng sealing ngayon ay hindi mo siya maihiwalay sa event ng four winds. In other words, this is a cause and effect. But after the sealing, then Sunday law, then the four winds, the seven last plagues. Another, in Old Testament, yung term na ginagamit is yun ang time of trouble. So ititingnan natin, i-harmonize natin sa spirit of prophecy na yung time of trouble, ano ba to? Iba ba to na event or same ba ito ng event ng four winds? The time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. So according sa Testimonies Book 5, page 152, paragraph 2, that there is a work yet to be done. Now, so ibig sabihin, ang work lang natin, no, for the stealing, for the spiritual, no, ay before mangyayari yung four winds. So pag i-let go na siya, ang mangyayari doon ay yun na yung time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. So there's no more opportunity to work only at this time. There's no more. Because we know that when the time of trouble begin, no? Then doon wala nang provision, wala nang work for the purification sa ating character. So ngayon lang ang time for the purification of the character. So this is our opportunity before that time of trouble shall come. So yung events ng four winds, great time of trouble, ay pareho lang sila. Yun ang seven last plagues. So malinaw yan sa atin. Now this is what Satan is doing for the last final battle. Ang sabi niya na he will plunge the inhabitants of the earth into how many? Only one great final trouble. As the angels of God cease to hold in check the fierce winds. So another term ng four winds ay nilagyan siya ng adjective na yung four winds. Yung winds pala is yun ang fierce winds, no? Nakakatakot na winds. So ini-describe din siya na yung winds pala ay yun pala ang what? Human passion. In other words, Satan has an agent, no? Siya yung author ng winds through human agency. And then that moment, no, all the elements of strife will be let loose. The whole world will be involved in ruin, more terrible than that which came upon Jerusalem of old. So ito na yung pinaka-final work of Satan to what? Ipunin niya ang lahat, no, into one great final trouble. So mayroon talaga siyang final na trouble. So mayroon siyang little time of trouble, great time of trouble, but whether like it or not, it will all end into one great final trouble. And we know that the last events before the second coming are the two plagues, the sixth and the seventh plagues. These are the final trouble of the human passion. The evil, the wickedness, the result of sin will turn into what? Great final trouble. So, dito na yung makikita natin yung lahat ng mga elements of the four winds or the seven last plagues. Ito ang wars, bloodshed, famine, pestilence, earthquake, death, poverty. So, nilagay natin doon yung isa sa element is yung Battle of Armageddon sa sixth plague. So, ito yun ang tatalakayin natin. Ito na yung pag-aaralan natin ngayon. And we know that yung Battle of Armageddon, that is under the six plagues. Okay, so one of the four winds, one of the fierce winds, one of the winds of human passion ay ang Great Battle of Armageddon under the six plagues. Ito din ang event for the final drying up of the great river Euphrates. And alam natin, no, nagsisimbolo yung Great River Euphrates ang pagka-dried up or ang dissolution, the final dissolution of the Ottoman power or the Turkish Empire na mangyayari siya sa six plagues. Ayan. So ito yung pinaka-center sa atong study. Ang magsimula tayo sa six plagues before we go to the seventh plague. So, who are the responsible for the dried up of the great river Euphrates? Ay ito yung mga kings of the east na sila ang dahilan na magkaroon ng nuclear Armageddon, no? Sila yung dahilan. So ang present na war na nangyayari ngayon sa Iran, we know no yung previous natin na pinag-aralan sa the blueprint of the Battle Armageddon na ito lang lahat ay proxy war. Ever since, no? Sa panahon ng Ukraine war, yun lang ay proxy war. Israel and Palestine, sa Gaza, sa Afghanistan, sa Iran, Iraq, Serbia, lahat ng war na naging involved, no? Ang Israel ay lahat yun ay proxy. Behind that wars, no? Sa lahat ng mga gera na yun, ay doon nalikod ang limang powerful nations. So under the six plagues, the Great River Euphrates, alam natin sino yung mga kings of the East, yung Britain, France, Germany, Russia, and the United States. So in other words, ito sila ang maging dahilan na magkaroon ng nuclear Armageddon. Sila ang magko-contest ng tinatawag natin ng air supremacy and air dominance. Kaya magkaroon ng Battle of Armageddon. Okay? So ito yung pinag-aralan natin, summary sa The Blueprint of the Battle Armageddon, na yung Eastern questions, the Ottoman Turkish Empire, the drying up of the Great Rivers. So kailan nagsimula ang pagka-dry up ang Great River Euphrates? Doon sa August 11, 1840. Then nagpatuloy siya sa World War I, no? Pinagpatuloy nila na dinadry up yung Great River Euphrates sa World War I. Then, the next in World War II, still the same, na ang dahilan pala, no, sa prophecy na bakit nagkaroon ng World War II for the purpose of the continuation, for the drying up of the Great River Euphrates or the Ottoman Empire or the Turkish Empire. Then, sa six plagues, yun na magkakaroon ng World War III or the Battle of Armageddon. So dito magkakaroon ng nuclear Armageddon. So sino yun, no? Ever since 1840 sila ang dahilan. So tinatawag sila na Kings of the East kasi yung Ottoman Empire nasa East yun. And not only sa Ottoman Empire, no, sa Middle East, but the whole East, sila ay nagiging kings. Sila yung nag-dominate sa lahat. Taga-West sila, pero sila din ang hari sa East. Kaya tinatawag sila din yung kings of the earth. Sila yung nag-control sa buong mundo. From 1840 to World War I, World War II, hanggang sa World War III, sila pa rin ang maglaban-laban. Doon yun sa sixth plague. Ayan. So, ang water, ma-dried up siya. That is nag-symbolize sa government power of Turkey. Ma-dried up siya, ma-dissolve through these kings na 5 na powerful nations. Ayan. Then, in the pen of inspiration, nakikita ni Sister White sa six plagues na yung Satan's armies are marshalling for the last great struggle. So, hindi pa to ang pinaka-last great struggle na yung nag-marshalling ang mga armies. But we know that on the six plagues, all the whole world will be involved in this great ruin or this final conflict for the mass destruction. And not only Sister White, and even John, no? Sabi dito sa Review and Herald, January 11, 1888, John also was a witness of the terrible scenes that will take place as signs of Christ's coming. So dapat pala kailangan na maging specific, no? Kasi God entrusted to us the last message of warning, the sure word of the prophecy that we can give the certainty to the people na ano yung specific na war na kailangan natin na babantayan, na yun ang makapag-trigger na malapit na tayo sa six plagues. So he saw armies mustering for battle. In other words, ngayon lahat ng mga nations ay nagkaroon na sila ng gathering. Mayroon na silang tinatawag na line up, or yun, kaya nga yun, mayroon yung NATO, yun yung BRICS, yun ang Russian Federation, Russia, China, at lahat ng mga Arab countries, Muslims, Mohammedans, and even yung North Korea, and the versus against the NATO nations. Ito din yung ang fulfillment ng final fulfillment ng the last verse of the chapter 11. Kasi yung ang pinaka-last, no, na verse ay yun ang pinaka-last event na sign before the great time of trouble. Kasi ang verse chapter 12, verse 1 ng chapter 12 is the effect or the result of yung dahilan sa Daniel 11 verse 45. Yun yung pagka dried up ng Turkey or the Ottoman Empire. So, ibig sabihin, from this onward, na yung war ay mag-continue siya to increase until the end is very near at hand. So, malapit na tayo matatapos. No? It's very close to the sixth and to the seventh plague. We have no time to lose. So, dapat wala nang time kasi ito na lang yung binigyan ng Panginoon sa atin. The world is stirred with the spirit of war. The prophecies of 11 of Daniel have almost reached their final fulfillment. So, dapat ngayon pa lang na maiintindihan na natin kung ano ang chapter 11 verse 45, that we should have a right understanding, or otherwise hindi natin tayo makapag-prepare pag hindi natin maiintindihan. But I believe that God will give us enlightenment, the clear understanding of the Daniel 11:45. Now the nations are angry and great preparation for war are being made. Nations is plotting against nation and kingdom against kingdom. The great day of God is hastening greatly. But although the nations are mustering their forces for war and bloodshed, the command to the angel is still in force that they hold four winds until the servants of God are sealed in their foreheads. In other words, na yung 6 at the 7 plagues are literal talaga to na physical war, pero hinohold para hanggang ngayon. So the nations are ready, no? Ready na sila, the war are being made for the preparation for the great battle or the nuclear war or the nuclear Armageddon and the air dominance. So who is the author of the sixth and the seventh plagues? O walang iba ay si Satan. 'Di ba? Kasi kadalasan yung pagkakaintindi natin, kadalasan, no, the Seventh-day Adventist na akala nila yun ang author ng seven last plagues ay ang Panginoon. Kasi 'di ba yung angel doon, when you read the Revelation chapter 16, the whole chapter, na yung angel of God na yung nagbuhos doon sa mga vials, and that is actually Bible language. Kailangan din natin na maintindihan yung Bible language, or otherwise madideceive tayo, ma-misrepresent natin yung character ng Panginoon. But in reality, without the spirit of prophecy, mahirapan tayo to interpret, no, sa ating sarili. Magiging private interpretation lang yon. So author of the sixth and the seven plagues, walang iba ay si Satan. Now, di ba alam natin na binasa natin kanina yung winds or four winds, nag-represent yun sa seven last plagues. So the seven last plagues will be the stirring up of the nations to one deadly combat. While the angels hold the four winds, the seven last plagues, yan, forbidding the terrible power of Satan. Nako, grabe. Ito pala yung ibubuhos na niya sa seven last plagues ni Satan, ang kanyang power to be exercised in its fury until the servants of God are sealed in their foreheads. So napakalinaw yon na yung seven last plagues, na yung author ay si Satan. And that is the power of Satan. In other words, ang seven last plagues ay nakaset up na to. Ibig sabihin ay nandyan na. Kaso lang ay hinohold pa lang siya. Ibig sabihin, prepared na si Satan. He is eager to make war. Another, in Review and Herald, May 13, 1902, that which has been held in control. So ano ba yung hiniheld doon na pinipigilan pa, na malapit na siyang bibitawan? Ayun yung seven last plagues. The angel of mercy is folding her wings, preparing to step down from the throne. Pag nag-step down na yan, o ano na yung susunod? Then, iwanan ang lahat sa control ni Satan. Leave the world to the control of Satan. So, walang ibang author ng seven last plagues ay si Satan talaga. Ayan. Another, when Jesus leaves the most holy, his restraining spirit is withdrawn from rulers and people. So, kailan to? After the Sunday law, after the sealing time, the final separation between wheat and tares, then that's the time na wala ng working sa Holy Spirit. So in other words, doon pa lang sa after the sealing time, after na matatapos yung work sa Sunday law, then wala ng working of the Holy Spirit. They are left to the control of evil angels. So yan. Ito yung bakit na magkaroon ng World War III. It is because ito yun ang pinaka joy ni Satan. Ito yung dito siya nasa-satisfy. Pag mayroong war, no? Sabi dito, Satan delights in war, for it excites the worst passion of the human soul and then sweeps into eternity its victims step in vice and blood. It is its object to incite the nations to war against one another. Now, sa lahat ng plagues, or tinatawag natin na 7 last plagues, saan ba doon na nagbanggit ng war? Walang iba is on doon sa 6th plague at sa 7 plagues. Kasi yung first plague, that is, grievous noisome sore. Ibig sabihin, ng dahil sa unhealthy lifestyle. Ang second, sa sea. Third, the river. Ang fourth, fire. Ang sa sun. The fifth is the darkness. And doon pa, sa 6 plagues, ang war. So ito dito natin ma-apply tong mga statement na binabasa natin sa 6 plagues at saka 7 plagues. Ngayon, ito yung isa ka importante na key na maintindihan natin. And I was so amazed, no, yung time na nag-research ako nito, na si Sister White pala ay mayroon siyang vision regarding sa mga inventions ng nuclear weapons. According here sa unpublished manuscript 1894, the human agents are being trained and are using their inventive power to put in operation all the most powerful machinery to wound and kill. So ano yung pinaka-powerful machinery to wound and to kill na sa pagpatay for the mass destruction sa humanity? So malalaman natin mamaya kung ano yun. Another thing is, the nations of the world are eager for conflict. And alam natin ito ay in the context of on Armageddon, kasi binanggit niya dito Great Battle of Armageddon. So hinuheld na lang siya. The nations of the world are eager for conflict. But they are held in check by the angels. When the restraining power is removed, there will become a time of trouble, or 7 last plagues. Deadly instruments of warfare will be invented. Now, mayroong mga deadly instruments na panggubatan na kanilang iniimbento. Vessels. So, ano yung vessels na yun? That is, di ba, barko yun? With their living cargo na meron laman na buhay will be entombed or ilalagay doon, no? Ibabaon in the great deep. So, ano ba to? And during the time when Sister White, no, sa kanyang vision, ay hindi niya clearly na naintindihan. Pero we know na ito ay walang iba is submarine to Kasi doon binabaon sa Great Deep ang vessel. So barko yan, submarine yon na nakabaon sa ilalim. Pero ano daw yung instrument na to? Yung deadly instrument na kanilang in-invent? But they are to be kept under control till the time shall come for the great battle of Armageddon, only on the 6th plague. So ibig sabihin na mayroong mga deadliest instrument, no? Most powerful machineries na hindi pa pwede ngayon because the moment paggagamitin yan at alam natin na walang mabubuhay. So hanggang Great Battle Armageddon lang siya paggagamitin or on the 6 plagues. Ang pagbabasahin natin, no? Kung pag-aralan natin sa buong mundo ngayon, walang ibang pinaka-powerful or dangerous weapons on earth ay walang iba is ang mga nuclear weapons. According here that nuclear weapons are the most dangerous weapons on earth. One can destroy a whole city, potentially killing millions and jeopardizing the natural environment and lives of future generations through its long-term catastrophic. Now, pinipigilan to ng Panginoon kasi God's people are not yet ready or walang mabubuhay sa atin the moment when there will ngayon magkaroon ng nuclear Armageddon. So nagkakatotoo yung vision ni Sister White, yung vision niya regarding sa mga nuclear weapons na doon lang siya gagamitin during on the sixth plague, sa pag-start ng sixth plagues. So another nuclear weapons na yung pinaka-powerful na test, no? The Tsar bomba. This is the nuclear weapon of Russia, also known as EN-602, is the most powerful nuclear weapon ever tested and the largest human-made explosion in history. So and even yung B-83, for example, is more than 80 times stronger than Hiroshima bomb. Imagine that. Yun nga yung Hiroshima bomb, di ba? Sa buong city ng Hiroshima, Nagasaki. And how much more na yung B-83 is 80 times stronger than Hiroshima bomb. Na yung Tsar bomba is 100 times stronger than the Hiroshima bomb. Ganun kalupit yung, ayan, ito yung Tsar bomba ng Russia. No? So, sino ba yun yung mga top nations with nga mayroong nuclear weapons? Di ba pinag-aralan natin yung Kings of the East? Sila din yun ang pinaka-top nations na maraming nuclear weapons because around the world, there are only 9 na mayroong nuclear weapons. Russia, United States, ang Germany wala siya pero siya yung host ng kasi kasama sila sa NATO eh. Yung Germany, yung France, yung United Kingdom, yung Israel mayroon din, yung Pakistan, yung India, yung China, mayroon sila din ng nuclear weapons. Pero sila ang top nation. So ito yung 5 kings of the East. Sila ang magkakaroon, sila ang mauuna sa tinatawag natin na nuclear Armageddon. Ayan silang 5. Tingnan mo, kung nagkatotoo ba ang vision ni Sister White na magkaroon sila ng invention na yung mga vessels nila ay naka-entomb sa Great Deep. Tingnan nyo yung United States. Saan kadalasan yung mga nuclear weapons niya? The US arsenal contains about 5,400 nuclear weapons, 1,744 of which are deployed and ready to be delivered. The weapons are kept in submarines and 80-foot deep missile silos across 5 of the Great Plains states. So saan daw? Nasa ilalim ng dagat. So nagkatotoo yun, yung prophecy, the deadly instrument will be invented, vessels of, no, with their living cargo will be entombed in the great deep. Yun yung sabi ni Sister White. So ito na yun, yung deadly instrument. Naka-sea base siya. Yun yung United States. Ito, yung Trident D5 is LBM is considered a highly accurate and capable missiles, and the W88 is a powerful advanced warhead with a yield of 475 kilotons. The W88 is a key component of the US nuclear arsenal deployed on these submarines. How about yung United Kingdom? Same pa rin. All of these weapons are sea-based and carried by Trident submarine-launched ballistic missiles purchased from the United States. How about yung France? Ganun pa rin. Most of these are based on submarines. Ayan. How about yung Russia? Yung Russia, yun ang pinakamaraming arsenal contains of 6,000 warheads. Imagine, 6,000 warheads. Na yung isang warhead lang, pag na-launch yan, isang city yun. Na imagine, ilan yung states, ilan yung city sa Amerika. Grabe. Matutunaw yun, buong American yan. The Russian arsenals contain 6,000 warheads. Pag ipunin mo yung United States at saka yung kwan is almost 90% na yun of the world's nuclear weapons. Can you imagine 90% of the world's nuclear weapons? Grabe. So ito yun yung mga nuclear submarine ng Russia. The Russia's naval nuclear weapons upgrade nearly completed. Ito din is another Russian submarine, Russian Delta 4. So andoon sa loob niyan ang mga nuclear weapons nila, mga nuclear arsenals ng Russia. Ayan, ito nasa Black Sea, Russian submarine Brents. Ayun. Grabe, no? So nagkatotoo yun ang prophecy ni Sister White, yung vision niya regarding sa mga deadly instrument na iniimbento nila na nasa ilalim ng dagat. Kasi nasa ilalim ng dagat. Now, yun yung tanong bakit doon nila nilalagay sa submarine? Kasi pag naka-land base yung nuclear kasi nila, ay pag mag-launch yun, aabot yun ng time niya to 30 minutes from, kasi ano yun ICBM. When we say ICBM, Intercontinental Ballistic Missiles. So, from continent to continent yun. So, pag naka-land base yun, abot yun ng 30 minutes. Unlike pag nandoon sa ilalim ng dagat, pagka naka-submarine yung nuclear nila, kasi mobile siya abot lang siya ng 10 to 15 minutes. And then another thing is prone yun na pag naka-land base siya, madali siyang maunahan sila ng kanilang kalaban. And that is why kaya doon nila nilagay sa submarine. And then kasi pag naka-submarine yun, mahirap yun kasi i-detect Lalo na ngayon yung submarine, nuclear submarines sa United States ay hindi yun madidetect. Grabe yun, ganun ka-powerful yung ng technology nila. So titingnan natin na sino ba actually yung gumagamit ng nuclear Armageddon. They're just only fulfilling the prophecy. Ayan, tinan yun sa news to Video to siya, kaso lang, in-screenshot ko siya. Ang picture. Nakikita nyo, missile crisis, the race to Armageddon, or the nuclear Armageddon. The world is witnessing a new dangerous nuclear race. So yung away ngayon ng Israel at saka Iran, binigyan na tayo ng idea na ito na pala yung picture, the partial picture of what will be the nuclear Armageddon na mangyayari doon sa 6 plagues at saka 7 plagues. Ayan. So binigyan na tayo ng idea ngayon. How close we are sa 6 plague at saka 7 plagues. So ngayon, ang US ay nag-deploy na siya ng kanyang mga missiles in Germany. So what does it mean? Ito ay naka-set up na. Okay, they are ready, sa lahat kasi naka-set up na naka-deploy na yung US doon sa Germany. And then pag titingnan natin yun, ayan, 4 yun na long-range missiles naka-deploy sa Germany. Mayroon yung SM-6, SM 500 kilometers yung range niya. Yung isa sa PRSM 1,000 kilometer, yung Tomahawk 1,600 kilometer. Ang pinaka-last ay yung Dark Eagle, naabot na siya ng 2,775. Sorry. Abot siya ng 2,775 kilometers. So almost kalahati na ng Russia. Kasi ang pinaka-populated area kasi ng Russia dito Dito. Ayan, sa Moscow. Yun yung pinaka-populous area ng Russia. So naka-deploy na yun, naka-set up na yun, naka-engage na yun yung lahat ng mga nuclear. So they are ready for the nuclear Armageddon. Ayan. The nuclear missile race, a grim reality. The world is witnessing a new dangerous nuclear race. So Russia also to deploy missiles to counter US. Kasi sila yung pinaka most powerful eh. Sila talaga yung dalawa. So, we whether like it or not, no? Nang dahil sa pagmamahal ng Panginoon, nang dahil ng mercy ng Panginoon, binigyan tayo ng idea, binigyan tayo ng light and truth regarding kung ano yung gagawin ni Satan. Paano niya i-destroy ang buong mundo. So this is the end of the world. Ito yung paano niya i-end yung sanlibutan. Ayan. So ang Russia din, naka-deploy na rin, naka-set up na rin siya. Andoon sa Astrakhan or dito sa mouth ng Black Sea or sa Crimea, malapit sa Crimea. Ang kanyang missiles ay Orange Snake missile. Naka-deploy na rin yun. Pero imagine yan, tinan nyo yung nuclear missile, yung ano niya, long range missiles niya, range from 5,000 kilometers. Ibig sabihin, pang ICBM na to eh. Long range kasi abot na siya. So, from one continent na to the other continent. So, naka-deploy na yan sa Poland, sa Germany, and the United Kingdom ang mga long-range missile ng Russia. So, 'di ba ang four winds ay hino-hold siya? Pero kung babasahin mo ito, pag i-analyze mo siya, ay unti-unti siyang nililit loose yun. Parang unti-unti siyang binibitawan na siya. Kasi yung treaty nila na regarding sa anti-ballistic missiles treaty na ibaban nila na magpatuloy sila to produce more nukes or nuclear ay kanila nang binaban. Ibig sabihin, there is no more restriction sa paggamit or pag-reproduce ng maraming nuclear. Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, Reduction of Nuclear Weapons, 2,700 nukes removed by both Russia and United States. So what does it mean? So, dapat alam na natin to. Dapat magigising tayo. We should have to wake up. We Christians, the present truth believers, na unti-unti na siyang binibitawan eh. So, we are now approaching talaga ng sixth plague, ng nuclear Armageddon. Nandoon na siya eh, nakaset up na sila lahat and the seventh plague. Kaso lang tayo lang ang hinihintay. We are in the sealing time. So we should have, this is the only time, the opportunity to work for the cleansing of our hearts, our minds, to let go all our sins, no? So ito yung isa din sa nakapagbigay sa akin no ng enlightenment or motivation nang dahil because si Jones kasi siya yung pinaka-last na nag-continue sa Eastern questions or na tinatawag na the five kings of the East sa Great River sa Revelation 16:5 na yung five kings of the East na to the very letter talaga na ngayon ay nagkatotoo siya, 'di ba? Tingnan niyo yung news na to. Yung chancellor ng Germany, sabi niya that Germany, France, United Kingdom, and US lifted limits on range of weapons for Kyiv. So, yung support nila sa Ukraine against Russia, kasi as what I've said, no, sa previous natin na presentation, na ito lang ay isang tinatawag na proxy war. Behind ang nag-aaway ay yung Germany, France, UK, and US against the Russia. Kasi during the time sa World War I, ganun din. Ang kaibahan lang, kasi yung time na yun, ang kalaban, no, ang Germany against the four allies, yung Russia, France, Britain, at saka United States against Germany sa World War I. Pero pagka World War II, sila na yung nagkasama-sama, yung Germany, France, UK, US against Russia. And then, we don't know that on sa World War III or in the nuclear Armageddon on the six plagues ay sila ay magkaaway-away na, no? sa 7 plagues. So nagkatotoo ang prophecy, the Eastern questions ni Jones. The German Chancellor claims his government, along with the UK, France, and the US, have lifted all reigns restriction on weapon. So what does it mean? Even the nuclear, no? Wala na siyang restriction. So ang Revelation 7, 1 to 3 ay unti-unti na siyang nililit go. So ayan yung 5. Nandoon na sila na nililip up na. There's no more restriction. All their weapons, including the nuclear weapons. So very clear na siya to the very letter na nagkatotoo ang prophecy ng mga pioneers, especially yung prophecy na sinasabi ni Jones. Ayan, pakikinggan natin tong kasi video to siya eh.
Starting with breaking news. Russia has slammed the German Chancellor's claim that 4 NATO countries, the UK, France, the US and his own, have lifted all their restrictions on long-range arms supplies to Ukraine. Here's what the Kremlin spokesperson told the media about the alleged Western move.
If such a solution really exists, it absolutely goes against efforts that we are currently making within the framework of the settlement. This is a rather dangerous decision, again, if there is one.
Well, Dmitry Peskov there was responding to a statement that was casually dropped by Friedrich Merz during a media forum.
There are no longer any restrictions on the range of weapons supplied to Ukraine. Neither from the British, nor from the French, nor from Germany, nor the Americans. So this means that Ukraine can now also defend itself by, for example, military attacks on positions in Russia. It couldn't do that until a while ago. Ukraine didn't do that until some time ago, with very few exceptions.
Ayan, narinig natin mismo yung chancellor ng Germany. Nasabi niya, sila 4 ay nililift na nila. As what I've said, no? Na hindi ito ang Ukraine versus against Russia. Na itong war na to, this is the continuation of the final drying up of the great river Euphrates. Kasi yung contention nila, yung dispute regarding sa territory, especially the Black Sea, the Crimea, or part pa rin to, some of the portion of the territory ng Ukraine ay part ng Ottoman Empire before. Lalo na yung Crimea at saka yung portion ng Black Sea. So sila ang nag-aaway-away. So nagkatotoo yun ang prophecy. We are now in the fulfillment, very close na sa 6 plagues at saka sa 7 plagues. Kasi wala ng restriction ang paggamit sa mga lahat ng mga weapons nila. Okay? Pero bakit hindi pa nagka-World War III? Bakit? Ito yung sabi sa Spirit of Prophecy. We are standing upon the threshold of the great and solemn events. So, napakalaki ito at saka solemne na mga events na mayroong wars and rumors of wars. So, ito yung prediction, ito yung prophecy na sinasabi ni Jesus na kung makita ninyo to na sign, ay siya ay malapit na. And we know the time is near of His second coming. Only a moment of time. Ano daw? Nang dahil lang sa a moment of time, as it were, yet remains. Ano yung only a moment of time? And just only a one click yan. Ganun lang yun. Ayan. Ganun ang 6 plagues. So we are very close. So pinakita na sa atin na we have to wake up. Gising tayo ngayon na nandoon na tayo, malapit na sa 6th and the 7th plague, pero pinigilan lang. But while already nations is rising against nation and kingdom against kingdom, there is not now a general engagement nang dahil sa iyo at sa akin. Because of His great mercy, pinigilan pa rin. As yet the 4 winds are held until the servants of our God shall be sealed in their fruits. Ilang taon na to? Since at the time sa 1888, a century, more than a century na yung pagpigil sa 4 winds. Wala pa rin yung general engagement. In other words, no, gusto ng Panginoon na tayo po'y maka-witness sa 6 plagues at saka 7 plague. Dapat masaya tayo. Because during that time, after the 7 plague, parang nag-ano na yun ang 7 plague at saka nagtagpo yun ang 7 plague. Kasi inseparable to yung 6 at 7 at saka second coming. So parang nagtagpo na yung 7 plague at saka second coming. Then, the powers of earth will marshal their forces for the last great battle. What does it mean, mga kapatid? The moment pag hindi na binitawan yung 4 winds, then the nuclear Armageddon, then air dominance, the 7 plagues. Ganun po ang ibig sabihin yan. Nakasulat yun. Naka-blueprint siya lahat. So, napakaswerte natin nang dahil sa spirit of prophecy, maiintindihan natin lahat to the very details sa lahat kung anong nangyayari ngayon. Okay. Now, we're going to continue the 7 plague. Kasi yun, 6 plagues yung binabanggit natin. Ngayon, pagpatuloy natin yung 7 plagues. We're going to the 7 plagues na. Wars increase until the end. Anong sabi? The wars and rumors of wars say clearly that the time of trouble, the 7 last plagues, which is to increase until the end, is very near at hand. So, from the 6 plague, kung pag magbanggit tayo ng 6 plagues na event, of course, yung next niyan ay 7. In other words, from 6 plagues na mag-start yung nuclear Armageddon, ay magpatuloy siya hanggang sa 7 plague. Pero this is only a short period of time, no? Rapid to na event. Another, in the last scenes of this earth's history, war will rage. Now, ang mass destructions of all the elements, lahat ng mga plagues, ang war, siyang magtatapos to destroy completely the earth. Kasi ang 7 last plagues ay physical death of the earth yan eh. Lahat mamamatay, ang lahat ng mga source ng life. Kung pupunta ka sa sea, sa land, sa lahat talaga, mauubos siya lahat. This is a physical death of the earth. So, ang war ang magtatapos for the mass destruction, no, sa earth. Ito yung condition ng sanlibutan ngayon. Let's read it. Soon, strife, war among the nations will break out with an intensity that we do not now anticipate. The present is a time of overwhelming interest to all living. Sa lahat, overwhelming interest talaga to. Rulers and statesmen, men who occupy positions of trust and authority, thinking men and women of all classes, have their attention fixed upon the events taking place about us. So lahat ng mga tao sa buong mundo ngayon, all classes, naghihintay sila. They're fixing their attention. Kailan kaya itong mga nuclear Armageddon or nuclear winter? They are watching the strained, restless relations that exist among the nations. They observe the intensity that is taking possession of the earthly element. And they realize that something great and decisive is about to take place, that the world is on the verge of a stupendous crisis. So ayun na yun. Ito na yung condition, ito na yun ang nangyayari sa buong mundo ngayon. Itong statement na to na mabasa natin sa Maranatha page 174, paragraph 4. Ayan. So soon grievous troubles will arise among the nations, trouble that will not cease until Jesus comes. So from the 6 plagues, hindi siya matapos-tapos, hindi ma-end, just only the beginning, no? Sa culmination for the nuclear Armageddon, matatapos siya sa 7 plagues until the end, until matatapos yung work ni Jesus. War shall cease unto the ends of the earth. So kailan man matatapos yung earth? Of course, sa 7 plagues. So doon din matatapos yung war sa 7 plagues. Ayan. So ano ba ang 7 plague? Kasi hindi to siya na-explain ng dati. Dahil ang dami ng mga theologians natin, mga evangelists, nagpipreach about the 7 last plagues. Pero ano ba talaga yung 7 plague? So kung babasahin natin ang 7 plagues sa Revelation chapter 16 verses 18 to 19, na yung 7 plague pala ay ibubuo siya doon sa air. Now, naka-semicolon siya. So, hindi natin sasabihin na yung 7 plagues ay second coming lang. But yung 7 plague ay dinideclare na dito yung second coming niya. And there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven. So, ibig sabihin, yung war ay matatapos doon sa air. Doon ang katapusan, doon ang final great battle doon sa air. And then, declare na sa vision ni John na there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven. Meaning, doon siya matatapos. It is done doon sa air. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings and there was great. So doon na continue na yun yung second coming. So ang 7 plague at saka second coming ay nag-isa sila eh. Nagdagtagpo sila eh. Kasi napaka-short lang yun eh. You whether like it or not, ni-expose ng isang investigate journalist na yung war, the air dominance sa 7 plagues ay hindi siya abot ng 1 day. It's only a matter of minutes. So ipapakita ko yung video na documentary mamaya, no? So ito yung mangyayari sa 7 plagues. Ano ang 7 plagues is air dominance. So ang 7 plagues is air supremacy. No? America's new approach. Ano daw? Air supremacy. So ang 7 plagues ay nandoon sa air. So yung nangyayari ngayon is just only a partial. So, ang final plague sa 7 plagues ay pinakita na sa atin. So, how close we are to the 6 plagues and the 7 plagues. Tingnan nyo, President Trump announces successful U.S. attack on Iranian nuclear sites. So, it's a threatening about the nuclear Armageddon. So, ito siya ay video, pero in-screenshot ko lang na doon sa office sa Washington, D.C., air dominance, hypersonic and nuclear missiles. Ito ay tinatawag na NGAD or next generation of air dominance. So ang 7 plagues, yung war ngayon, yung war on the 7 plagues ay nasa air. So ano yun? Ano yung war doon sa air? So nakikita natin ngayon, di ba? So tingnan nyo, Iran warns of severe response. Israel claims air superiority over Iran. So ito yun ang 7 plague. Pero hindi pa siya ang final. Wala pa siya. Kasi pag pinapalipad na nila, pag nag-launch na yung ICBM, hindi tayo aabot ng isang araw. Minuto lang. Tapos na. End of the world na yun. Okay? So Israel versus Iran, who has the edge in missiles, navy, and air, and manpower. So it's all about air. Ayan. Israel and Iran exchange air strikes. Ayan, it's all, ang 7 plagues ay air dominance and air or supremacy. Ayan o. Tingnan nyo yung Russia. Lahat yun naka-set up na yun. Nandoon sa Moscow, no? Kapustin Yar ang kanyang naka-engage na nuclear weapons na tinatawag na Orenchnik missile approximate flight time. From there, going to Warsaw, 12 minutes lang. Sa France, Germany, 15 minutes lang. Sa Paris, so iyon, lahat niyang ng Russia ay naka-engage na yun. Ibig sabihin, ang tawag doon na parang mino yun, black book. Yung black book na yun na mino, doon yun nakasulat nung lahat ng kanilang mga nuclear weapons, kung saan yun ila-launch nila. So yun yun, nakikita nyo, London, Paris, and Berlin, nakaset up na. 6 and 7 plagues. So how close we are. Ayan. Itong video, pakikinggan natin na yung US ngayon, yung nuclear weapon niya, submarine nuclear weapon niya, ay nandoon na sa East Mediterranean Sea. Kung ano yung pakay nila doon, bakit doon sila naka-engage or standby doon sa East Mediterranean Sea for the purpose na always nila ni monitor yung Russia kasi doon sa Black Sea going to Syria. So yun ang dahilan bakit yung kasi alam nila mayroon ng threat sa ating
We turn
pakikinggan.
tonight to an ABC News exclusive. This evening, we take you on board a nuclear-powered U.S. Navy submarine, a guided missile submarine, now on a classified mission tonight. We were there in the eastern Mediterranean, where they're not the only ones in the sea. Tonight, the Tomahawks, the torpedoes, the nuclear reactor, and the warning about the Russians right there, too.
We approach the USS Florida in the eastern Mediterranean as it prepares for a highly classified mission.
So this is 18,000 tons we're looking at.
18,000 tons of American steel out there.
Ayun,
A
kikita nyo.
nuclear-powered U.S.
Ayun,
Navy guided missile submarine,
Andyan dyan sa
160 crew on board.
They call it the silent service for a reason.
That's right.
nakabantay
They
doon
deploy
sa East
underwater for up
Mediterranean
to
Sea.
120 days, several months at a time. We are given rare access as we board the submarine.
Thank you.
Rear Admiral William Houston describes where we are standing, just above the Tomahawk missiles.
This can lift up at any time.
This could lift up at any time on order if we wanted to launch the Tomahawk missiles.
And how many Tomahawks are we sort of standing on right here?
Right now, 7.
They have more than 100 Tomahawks at the ready, and he points out something else.
We won't go any further, but you're literally standing 10 to 20 feet from an operational nuclear reactor right now.
They are about to take us down into the submarine, where we will spend the next 24 hours
Ayan.
traveling with them. A maze of narrow hallways and hatches.
So nakatambay na sila doon They are ready, no? Ang US against the Russia. So ang Russia din, the same din. Naka-prepare din sila.
We turn tonight to an ABC News exclusive.
So, tingnan nyo, yung mangyayari sa 7 plague. Ito yung air dominance. Ayan. Di ba? Nakikita nyo? Yun yung air dominance. Yun ang 7 plague. Ganun ang mangyayari sa 7 plague. Pero partial lang yun. Pero sa 7 plague, mas ano pa yun. Kasi ano pa lang yun mga tinatawag natin na ordinary missiles or hypersonic. Hindi pa yun yung ICBM. Ayan. 7 plague 2. Ito ang mangyayari sa 7 plague. Naalala niyo, merong sinabi si Sister White na immense of ball, na mga fire of balls, na instant destruction. Ito na yun. Ito yung 7 last plagues. Ganito ang mangyayari sa 7
In this
last
attack
plagues.
by Iranian forces on the city of
Air
Haifa in
dominance
Israel,
yun
Fatah-1 missiles equipped
7
with hypersonic
plagues.
maneuvering warheads were used.
Ayan.
These warheads
Air
are
dominance
extremely fast
or
and
air
maneuverable in their
superiority.
terminal phase, making interception nearly impossible. In the video, we can see the speed difference between conventional ballistic missile and the hypersonic ones, with the latter producing a noticeable shockwave effect on impact. A refinery and other critical infrastructure were targeted
Yan,
within
yun.
the city.
Kita nyo yung bilis na yun? Iba yung common na ordinary missiles kaysa hypersonic. Bakit yung hypersonic missiles kasi, yung trajectory niya, kasi mayroon siyang pattern para siyang curve pag nag-launch yan. Bakit hindi yan ma-intercept ng mga missiles ng Iron Dome or ng David Sling ng Israel? It's because pag malapit na siyang nag-launch yon, pag nag-bow na yon, no, ang hypersonic, ang bilis yun Tapos hindi niya kasi para siyang gumagalaw siya. So mahirap siya na i-intercept ang hypersonic missiles. Yun yung ang
In this
missiles
attack by
ng Iran. Okay? So ang 6 plagues at saka 7 plagues, according sa Maranatha, when God shall bid His angels loose the winds, mayroon daw scenario ng stripe as no pen can picture. Okay. So ito yung pinaka-final kasi si Satan i-let go na niya ang mga nuclear weapons on the 7 plagues, ang final, no? From 6 plagues to 7 plagues. I-let go bibitawan na ni Satan. So, pakinggan natin kung itong video na to, no, before we're going to play this one. Now, just to give you an idea na yung babae na ito na interview, no? It's a documentary. Si Ann Jacobsen is an investigate journalist na ang sixth plague at saka seventh plague na nakaset up na siya. In other words, sila yung projection nila kasi alam nila based on ano to based on kasi technology yung gamit nila sa science, no? Dito yung science and technology nila na only 72 minutes. Pag nag-start 72 minutes and then doon masisimula the end of the world. So pakikinggan natin tong video na to.
No matter how nuclear war begins, it ends in 72 minutes and 5 billion people would be dead.
No. So ano daw? Kahit kailan, saan magsimula daw yung war, it will end in the nuclear Armageddon. And then only 72 minutes. And what happened after 72 minutes? 5 billion people would be dead. So ilang population ng mundo ngayon? It's 8 billion. So 60%, 5 billion or more or less ang mamamatay ng nuclear Armageddon or nuclear.
Do you think there will be a nuclear war?
So I've interviewed former secretaries of defense, the former nuclear sub-commander, the Secret Service, and what I learned was, oh my God.
Annie Jacobsen, investigative researcher and writer who specializes in uncovering the world's biggest secrets.
We are one misunderstanding away from nuclear apocalypse. And yet you have presidents threatening nuclear war. In fact, the President of the United States doesn't need to ask anyone to launch a nuclear missile.
It makes me realize how important the decision to pick our leaders is.
Nothing could be more important.
Could you play out a scenario where nuclear war broke out?
Yes, and I can describe in painstaking, horrific detail precisely what happens. So... But after nuclear war, the survivors would be forced to live underground and envy the dead.
Annie, is there anyone you interviewed that brought you to tears?
Yes, I met a woman who is a survivor of the Nagasaki bomb, and I haven't...
So narinig niyo yun? Sabi niya after the nuclear war, yung doon ang lahat ng mga survivors and they will forced to live underground and they will envy the dead. Ibig sabihin, sila ay magsiselos na mas mabuti pa na sila ay mamamatay. No? Yun ang scenario kung magkaroon ng nuclear Armageddon. And another thing is, ang word na Armageddon ay sila talaga yung nagpangalan yan, or yung nuclear Armageddon or nuclear apocalypse. In other words, pinupulfill nila ang 6 plagues at saka 7 plagues. So sineset up na nila, no? So pinitigilan lang ng Panginoon. Ipapatuloy natin to yung video na to, and then marinig natin galing sa kanilang bibig ang yung word na tinatawag na nuclear Armageddon. Okay? Saglit lang.
Now that are involved in the conflict that is scaring many of us in a significant way. And if all these countries operate in a similar way, where there's one individual that can make the decision to release those weapons, it is quite scary.
The UN Secretary General said recently that we are one misunderstanding, one miscalculation away from nuclear Armageddon. And so the scary part of it is that when you look at that sort of verbiage, right, when I talk about, nuclear Armageddon, nuclear apocalypse, nuclear holocaust, those are words out of the mouths of some of these leaders. So there is a very clear notion that if nuclear war starts, it ends civilization. That is almost...
Ano daw? Sila, di ba? Yung mga leaders, sila yung nag-invento sa pangalan ng nuclear Armageddon or nuclear. So yung sinabi ni Sister White na only in the Battle of Armageddon, yung mga nuclear, ito yun ang fulfillment ng vision ni Sister White regarding sa mga deadly instrument that will be invented, but it only held in check until na magsimula yung Battle of Armageddon. Doon lang gagamitin sa Battle of Armageddon on the 6 plagues. And then the moment will begin the Battle of Armageddon or the nuclear Armageddon, then the ends of the civilization. Yun yung sabi niya doon. Grabe. No?
No matter.
Okay. Babasahin natin ulit, no? So, malapit na tayo matapos. I think it's only 3 slides remaining, no? Na matapos na tayo. Totoo yun ang sinabi ni Sister White, that 4 mighty angels, hinuhold lang siya, the powers of this earth, till the servants of God are sealed in their foreheads. The nations of the world are eager for conflict, but they are held in check by the angels. When this restraining power is removed, there will become a time of trouble and anguish. Yan, anguish talaga. Di ba sabi niya na those who will be the survivors, they will be forced to live underground and envy the dead. Grabe na anguish na yun. Deadly instruments of warfare will be invented. Vessels with their living cargo will be entombed in the great deep, the nuclear submarine nuclear, no? But they are to be kept under control till the time shall come for the great battle of Armageddon. So I hope, no, mga kapatid, na it's the high time for us to prepare ourselves. Pero alam niyo yung time na yun na nalaman ko ito, during the time when I studied this, na nag-research ako nito, hindi takot yung aking nararamdaman, but it's a joy. The moment when you understand the character of God, the moment when you understand how loving is our God, mas the more ako naging excited, at saka more yung joy mo, and mayroon kang peace of mind na how close you are to the second coming, because the 6th and the 7th are almost close to the second coming. There's no more event after the 7th plague. Hindi ba tayo dapat masaya ngayon instead na matatakot o matataranta tayo or magpanik tayo? No. Pag hindi natin naiintindihan yung character ng Panginoon, ang hirap talaga. Ito ay isang magiging trouble sa atin. But for God's people in the last days, it is their joy to know, no? Dapat masaya tayo kasi every step sa ating daan, on our journey, pinakita ng Panginoon sa atin na yung kaaway, Satan's work in the last days, his deception, ni-rebuild, ina-unfold ng Panginoon sa atin ngayon. Napakalinaw yun. No? So I hope and pray na tayo po ay ma-motivate ng love ng Panginoon na hindi takot. Ayan. So dito din matatapos. 1 Thessalonians 4:16-17, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. So sino yung mananalo sa tinatawag natin sa 7 plagues? Sa air dominance. Sino yung air supremacy? Then which are alive remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. Diba ang 7 plagues sa air, ibubuo siya? So the same then, ang second coming, ang final sa air dominance ay sa air din natin ay mimit ang Panginoon. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. Ayan. Are we not happy with that? Hindi ba tayo dapat maging masaya ganun? Na pinakita sa atin lahat ng Panginoon? Di ba? Ayun. So ito yun yung summary. yung 6 plagues, the Great River Euphrates, doon ang Battle of Armageddon, yung pagkabagsak ng Ottoman Empire, yung final drying up of the Great River Euphrates, yun ang final sign na na magkaroon ng Battle of Armageddon ng dahilan sa 5 kings of the East. Yun yung France, Germany, UK, US, Russia. Nakikita natin sa news na to the very letter talaga ang fulfillment. They are lifting all, na wala ng restriction to use their all weapons, and the whole world will involve during this Battle of Armageddon or nuclear Armageddon. And on the 7th plague, its cause and effect is the continuation. Sa binasa natin sa Spirit Prophecy na yung air, yung vial is air dominance yun, nuclear winter or the nuclear winter. Ibig sabihin, lahat mamamatay, no? Ma-poison sa radiation, walang mabubuhay doon, no? Na mga resources sa life, and 60% of world's population will be wiped out. So ang 7th plague, itong mga events na to, 6, 7 plague and second coming are almost inseparable sila. Cause and effect. So nagkatagpo sila, no? After the 7 plagues, yun ang second coming. Thunder, lightning, and earthquake. Then that because of the glory of God's character of love, translation and resurrection of the righteous. So the final scenarios of the Earth's history: air dominance, nuclear winter, through the ICBM, only 72 minutes. 60% of 5 billion of Earth population will be wiped out, and that's the end of the world and the second coming. Di ba yun ang tinatawag na tanong ng mga disciples kay Jesus na, what shall be the sign of your coming and the end of the world? Ayun, pinakita sa atin ano yung sign o anong mangyayari, end of the world. Ito yun. So the last one, involve ang Philippines. Sabi ni Jones, if we keep the Philippines, our frontiers will touch the frontiers of Europe at the point where there is a present most likelihood of breaking out of war. Thus, the kings of the East are preparing. The next thing in order will be the preparing of the way of the kings of the East by the drying up of the waters of river Euphrates. And when this way is prepared and the kings of the East come up to the battle of Armageddon, they will be composed of all the nations, this farthest west with all the others. For the kings of the West now are the only kings of the East. Get ready, get ready, get ready. And it is my prayer for all of us, dearly beloved in Christ, that is now the high time, is the only time today that we can prepare ourselves. Let us all surrender everything to the Lord and ask the Lord, Lord, I want to surrender everything and allow God from days onwards until the second coming, that we have to keep that peace in our hearts and our mind, and think it no evil, and that is only our safety, that we will be ready with the 7 last plagues for the great time of trouble, and to meet the Lord in the air at his second coming. God bless us all.